October 2025 brings a surge of anticipation. Europe may be on the verge of a classic La Niña winter. After years of neutral conditions, meteorologists now see a 70% chance of La Niña forming by December. While its strongest effects hit the Americas and Asia, La Niña's reach extends to Europe, hinting at a colder, snowier season, especially in the north. This is a sharp contrast to El Niño's milder, wetter winters. Winter sports industries are watching closely, hoping for reliable snow and freezing temperatures. Of course, Europe's weather is complex, and La Niña is just one influential factor. As autumn deepens, meteorologists will refine their forecasts, but the odds are tilting toward a memorable winter. La Niña, which means the little girl in Spanish, is a fascinating and powerful climate phenomenon that can have a huge impact on weather patterns all around the world. While the name might sound gentle or even cute, the effects of La Niña are anything but small. This natural event is part of a larger cycle known as the El Niño Southern Oscillation, or ENSO for short, which swings between warmer and cooler phases in the Pacific Ocean. During La Niña, the waters of the Central and Eastern Pacific Ocean, especially near the coast of South America, become noticeably cooler than usual. These colder waters are not just a local curiosity, they set the stage for dramatic changes in weather across the globe. Imagine the Pacific Ocean as a gigantic bathtub stretching halfway around the planet. When La Niña arrives, it's as if someone has turned on the cold tap right at the equator, sending a chill through the water. This sudden cooling doesn't stay put. It ripples outward, influencing weather patterns thousands of miles away. What causes this? Stronger than normal trade winds blow from east to west, pushing the warm surface water away from South America and allowing the colder, deeper water to well up to the surface. This upwelling of cold water is the signature move of La Niña, and it's what sets everything else in motion. The result is a shift in global weather patterns. Some regions, like parts of South America and the southern United States, may experience droughts, while others, such as Southeast Asia and Australia, can see heavier rains and even flooding. Europe, too, is not immune. La Niña's influence can be felt in the form of colder, snowier winters or unexpected weather swings. In Europe, La Niña can alter the path of the jet stream, that fast-moving river of air high above our heads. This shift can bring more frequent snowstorms, colder temperatures, and even prolonged cold snaps, setting the stage for a truly memorable winter season. It's important to remember that La Niña isn't a single storm or weather event. Instead, it acts as a powerful background force, quietly shaping the character of entire seasons and influencing the weather we experience day to day. By spotting the signs of La Niña early, meteorologists can make better predictions about what's to come. This helps people prepare, whether that means grabbing extra blankets, stocking up on snow shovels, or simply keeping an eye on the forecast for surprises. Understanding La Niña gives us a valuable edge in staying safe and comfortable, no matter what the season brings. When we think of La Niña, we often picture its dramatic effects in the Pacific. But how does this powerful climate phenomenon actually reach all the way to Europe, shaping the continent's winter weather? The answer lies high above us, in the fast-moving currents of air known as the jet stream, a kind of atmospheric superhighway that connects distant parts of the globe. This high-altitude river of air acts as a steering wheel for weather systems, guiding storms and cold fronts across the Atlantic Ocean. During La Niña years, the jet stream often becomes more wavy and blocked, creating dramatic shifts in weather patterns. When high pressure builds near Greenland or Iceland, it can force the jet stream to dip southward, opening a pathway for frigid Arctic air to surge into northern and central Europe. This setup can last for weeks, bringing persistent cold spells. The result? Colder, often snowier winters, especially in the north. Cities from Oslo to Berlin can see more frequent snowstorms, icy winds, and longer stretches of freezing temperatures. But not every region feels La Niña's chill the same way. While northern Europe shivers under blankets of snow, southern Europe, places like Spain, Italy, and Greece, may experience drier, milder conditions, sometimes even escaping winter's worst altogether. The exact outcome depends on the ever-shifting path of the jet stream, which can change from week to week. This makes forecasting winter weather during La Niña years especially challenging for meteorologists. Still, history shows that La Niña usually tips the balance toward a colder, more disrupted winter for Northern Europe, with more frequent blizzards and icy conditions. For many, this means classic winter scenes, deep snow in the Alps, bustling ski resorts, and children playing in snowdrifts. La Niña's influence sets the stage for more cold, more snow, and plenty of winter drama across the continent. For Scandinavia and the UK, the arrival of La Niña often signals more than just a typical winter chill. Instead, it can usher in a sharper, longer cold snap that lingers for weeks, sometimes even months. Residents in these regions are no strangers to cold, but La Niña tends to amplify the severity, making the season feel even more intense and unpredictable. This is largely due to blocking highs in the atmosphere, which act like invisible walls, funneling frigid Arctic winds directly into Scandinavia and the UK. These winds not only drop temperatures dramatically, but also boost the odds of significant snowfall, even at lower elevations where snow is usually rare. The landscape transforms with fields and towns blanketed in white, creating both beauty and challenges. The UK, which is more accustomed to mild, damp winters, can suddenly find itself in the grip of dramatic cold spells. Rare, widespread snowfalls can disrupt daily life, turning familiar streets into winter wonderlands, and sometimes, logistical nightmares. For many, it's a chance to experience a side of winter that's usually reserved for more northern latitudes. On the brighter side, ski resorts in Scotland and Scandinavia are poised for a strong season. Colder temperatures help maintain both natural and artificial snow, drawing winter sports enthusiasts from near and far. Local businesses, from ski rental shops to cozy mountain lodges, prepare for a welcome boost in visitors. But a harsher winter brings its own set of challenges. Higher heating bills put a strain on household budgets, while increased energy demand can stress local power grids. Travel disruptions become more common, with icy roads and delayed trains making daily commutes unpredictable. Communities must work together to keep roads clear and neighborhoods safe. Local authorities and residents alike must prepare for a tougher season than in recent years. Municipal workers ready salt trucks and snowplows, while families stock up on essentials and check their emergency supplies. Communication and planning become crucial to weathering the storms ahead. The key to getting through a winter like this? Stay alert, plan ahead, and be ready for whatever the season brings. Checking forecasts, preparing vehicles, and looking out for neighbors can make all the difference when the weather turns severe. For winter sports fans, it's a reason to celebrate, a chance for fresh powder, thrilling runs, and unforgettable memories on the slopes. The excitement is palpable as resorts gear up for what could be their best season in years. For everyone else, it's time to brace for a real winter. Whether you love the snow or simply endure it, preparation is the best way to ensure you stay safe, warm, and ready for whatever this colder, longer season has in store. In the Alps, La Niña's impact is less predictable, a true tale of two slopes. The northern and northwestern Alps often benefit, catching snow from storms steered south by the jet stream. Colder air preserves the snowpack, making for excellent skiing in France, Switzerland, and Austria. Meanwhile, the southern Alps, especially Italy, may see drier, sunnier conditions as Mediterranean storms are suppressed. Resorts here may rely more on artificial snow. The north-south divide is a tendency, not a rule. Some La Niña years bring record snow if the pattern sets up just right. For skiers, the takeaway northern resorts are a safer bet, but always check local forecasts. Flexibility is key for alpine adventures this winter. To understand La Niña, you need to know its opposite, El Niño. These two phases of the ENSO cycle are like a global tug of war, each pulling weather patterns in different directions. El Niño warms the Pacific, weakens trade winds, and brings wetter, milder winters to Europe. Bad news for snow lovers. La Niña cools the Pacific, strengthens trade winds, and tilts Europe toward colder, snowier winters. Neutral years fall in between, with no strong push either way. This winter's shift from neutral to La Niña signals a fundamental change, one that favors classic winter weather. The stage is set for a season that could deliver the cold and snow many have been waiting for. La Niña is a big clue, but long-range forecasts are a complex puzzle. Other factors, like the polar vortex and Atlantic sea temperatures, can amplify or counteract La Niña's effects. A strong polar vortex keeps cold air locked up. A weak one can unleash Arctic blasts, regardless of La Niña. Warm Atlantic waters can reinforce blocking highs, while other patterns might weaken the cold signal. All these elements interact, so La Niña only shifts the odds, not guarantees the outcome. Think of it as loading the dice for a cold winter, but surprises are always possible. Meteorologists talk in probabilities, not promises. The best we can do is watch the trends and prepare for a range of possibilities. For skiers and snowboarders, this winter's La Niña outlook is promising, but flexibility is key. Scandinavia and Scotland are likely to see reliable snow and cold, making them top picks for early or late-season trips. Northern and high-altitude alpine resorts in Austria, Switzerland, and France are safer bets, while southern Alps may depend more on artificial snow. Always check local snow reports and webcams before booking. Don't let the long-range forecast dictate everything. Weather can surprise, and sometimes the best snow falls where you least expect. Use the outlook as a guide, but stay spontaneous and ready for adventure. Get your gear ready, watch the short-term forecasts, and enjoy the anticipation. No matter what, the mountains will be waiting. As winter 2025-2026 approaches, Europe faces a season shaped by La Niña. Colder, snowier, and full of potential. Scandinavia and the UK should prepare for a real winter, while the Alps may see a north-south snow divide. We've explored how La Niña works, what it means for Europe, and why forecasts are always a blend of science and uncertainty. Stay updated. Short-term forecasts will be crucial as the season unfolds. Get ready, check your winter gear, plan your trips, and embrace the excitement. We'll be here, tracking every shift and bringing you the latest updates. Let's watch the skies together and see what this La Niña winter brings.